that I'm gonna like, you know, just be like a regular. Actually, I wasn't gonna dress up and be in my cute.
Romantic.
Actually, I was gonna dress up. I told Tammy, I said, you know, I think I'm gonna dress up like in a Spider-Man suit or something and sit in my panel and just keep saying, "Where's this idiot? Come on!" You know? And I was like, I think it's funny. She goes, "You might not want to do that. What if someone's still start talking trash about you?" I'm like, "That's fine, it's okay." But I tested someone out before. I was building my karate school. And I do it all for good luck, you know, like I'll help put my blood, sweat, and tears and stuff. I don't have to hire people, you know. So I had a hammer and I was nailing one of the stages things together. Some guy came in, I had my hat on like this, and he's like, "Oh, so what's gonna be here?" I'm like, "I don't know, man, some stupid Power Ranger karate school. I don't really know." And I was hammering. He's like, "Oh no," I'm had my head down this whole time. He's like, "No, Power Ranger's really cool." I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I don't even like that White Ranger guy coming in our area. Oh, we open a karate school, Power Ranger karate school." And he's like, "No, that guy's really legit, man. He's a great martial artist." And I looked up and I said, "You're hired." And I hired him to work for me. For real. James Pistol, he worked for me. He was hired, and I was like, "He's a good little guy." But then I was thinking, if things went wrong, you're like, "Yeah, he's not that." Things went in my favor, but I was just gonna sit here in the Spider-Man suit and just wait. What's wrong with this guy? Come on, man. But this guy's marvelous. So thank you guys for coming. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, Twitter, it's JDFFN, and then Facebook, Jason David Frank official fan page, and we're obviously live on the Facebook Live, and then Periscope, JDFFN. So did we get a chance to watch this?
No, we didn't. I'm just trying to make sure the audio is working. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty, and I want to make sure it's good before we play.
Well, there's a nice picture of the White Ranger and flying sidekick Scorpion there. Awesome picture. Love the armor. You saw the Green Ranger beat down the really bad. Took that cosplay Green Ranger and really made a change.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret on that one. Have you all seen it yet?
I have.
Who hasn't seen
Most of you haven't seen it.
We want to attack you.
Get off! Jason actually shot that whole scene, the whole fight scene opening up with a broken foot. And
I didn't know it was broken.
He didn't know it was broken, and he was kind of walking it off. And Tammy was kind of giving you some grief for that, wasn't she?
Well,
Just idiot.
Yeah, well, the doctor told me when I went in, I broke my foot base jump, and I went into the doctor's. It was bad. Like I usually don't go to the doctor's unless it's really bad. So I went in and I told the doctor, she's like, "You're fine." I just went right away, so it didn't have time to swell. So she's like, "Oh, it's just sprained. You'll be done in 5 days." So I was thinking, all right, well, 5 days is coming, so I must be a really big baby, so I'm just not gonna say nothing to nobody. So that's how it started. And then like months later, I fractured and tear the tendons and all that stuff. So it was a ongoing, about a 1.5-year process. This June will be 2 years, and I still have issues with my foot. So kids, it's very simple. Do not jump a bridge. Okay. That's it. My mom says, "That's what you get for jumping a bridge." I said, "Yeah, Mom, you know, had a parachute. It doesn't matter."
If you guys have questions, feel free to raise your hand. There's a microphone back there if you have any questions for Jason about it. Hey, you got right there.
Yeah. So, Jason, have you ever thought of trying to make a cameo in a Marvel movie?
You know what's interesting about that is I feel the Power Ranger universe doesn't really have like a cool universe like that. You know, like we're not involved in the Marvel universe, we're not involved in the DC universe. Now that the Boom Comic Books has released the Power Ranger comics, they're selling just as much as Marvel and DC. Huge right now. So I actually feel like we're part of some kind of universe, you know, the Boom Comic universe. So I can't see me being in another universe, although if I had to choose which universe I would be in, I know there's DC fans, I'd probably choose the Marvel universe if I was filming a feature film. And if I wasn't filming a feature film, I would join the DC world on television. Because I love Gotham. So,
There's another question right back there.
Is there any possibility of getting more work with the NetherRealm Studios in the Mortal Kombat universe?
Okay.
oh man, I'm not too sure. I'm just going with the flow, you know? I'm the Green Ranger, I don't know. I'm just happy doing what I'm doing. It's funny because I tell everyone to you know, put your mind to what you want to do and achieve what you want to achieve, but I feel like talking to people and motivating people is kind of like what God put me here for, you know, to continue to be a hero, but you're just as important as me. I can't sit up here and say I'm a hero without you. You guys keep me accountable as well. You know, I mean, I used to do this and drink. I haven't drank in 5 years. And not that I had no issues. I just want to be that hero to all so many fans around the world. And thank you guys for helping me stand.
Yeah.
Are you going to be cameoing in the new Power Rangers reboot you're doing?
The new movie right now is on super secret lockdown mode. And so no one really knows what's going on with that movie. I guess we'll just all have to wait and see what's going on with it. I think it's much like the Walking Dead script, you know? They won't tell you anything to the day on set, and you're like, you die today. Don't tell no one. It's like this, you know? So, but I haven't heard anything, but I do know this, that they're trying really hard, the director and the filmmakers of it, to really satisfy all the Power Ranger needs on this film, you know? Doing a revision or a reboot is not easy. It's very difficult. That's why when Back to Sun did that costume in the green and the white Ranger, they changed history in cosplay. There's so many people cosplaying as that Green Ranger and White Ranger as the new updated, the new rebooted, you know, suit, which is not even like the reboot Saban has. This is just something outside. You know, we got permission to do it from Saban because everything I do, I try to be a good Saban ambassador. Very happy for where they put me in life, and I've stuck through this. Being the Green Ranger for 20 years, I've never stepped away when the show was down. I didn't come up and step here when things were great. I've been here the whole consistent through 20 years. And even the time when I was Dino Thunder or proud of what I was, and people would say the show was dumb and it did this and it did that, I stayed strong to my beliefs of what I believe in, and it all came back. I've been loyal to the brand, and now that everything's taken off with Power Rangers, and now everyone's stepping up and doing Comic Cons. I do this for fun. I tell people I do this for fun. This is a hobby.
This episode of Super.
Anyway, see, I'm on like this, like Fonz, and it just works. This is a hobby, this episode, you know. So, but I continue, no matter what I do or where I continue, I'll still be seeing people, my fans, because you guys make who we are, and a lot of actors, I feel, don't understand that principle. I don't want to wait and have you guys give to me. I kind of want to give to you. That's what they did, those superpower beatdowns, the White Rangers. They actually gave what fans wanted to see, you know, and it wasn't a money thing or anything with any show that they're doing. It's just showing their talent of what they can do and imagine what they can do if they had even the right budget on it, and what we did, you know, just on the Back to Sun stuff. So I like to have people give to people, and that's what I feel like, giving to the fans and suppressing their appetite and waiting for, you know, something bigger to happen.
I don't even know if the script has been written yet.
I'm not too sure. I believe the script might have been written.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. We are filming.
Yeah, they're filming.
Okay, oh, then it has to be. Oh, okay. Well, again,
It could be. It could be like, all right, now what happens? It'd be like, I don't know, make him grow. All right, make my monster grow. Now what? I don't know, send a spark in there. Whoosh. Now what? Just move your head and we'll do voiceovers later. Yeah, all right.
Move your red ring. Hi, buddy.
All right, you ready? It's morphin' time! And that's it. Rip off.
Okay, what's your most proudest moment when you did the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie?
Oh yeah, Death Battle has been around for well, just as long as we have.
No, well, I'm a big Bat and Sun fan. It's just like, that's like Marvel and DC Universe. No, I've heard of it, I just haven't got a chance to watch it. You know, and I'll say this, you know when you trust something and you watch the show like Trust in Power Rangers, you watch and it gets better, and then things start changing, the season starts changing, and then the trust factor's not there. I trust that anything I can watch on Bat and Sun is just as epic, you know? And I watch all the superpower beatdowns, and I just trust the fact that I'm gonna see something really good. So far, I haven't seen anything that was disappointing, except the Green Ranger versus Roddy. No, I'm just kidding. But I've heard of it, I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, there is an episode where I haven't seen it yet.
No, not in that stuff.
Yeah, Tigers versus something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got really lucky with Jason. Aaron Shurka, the director and co-creator, he's a huge Power Ranger fan. And ever since the very no, that's
He's an undercover fan. Like, yeah, cool. What did you show you did? Oh, Power Rangers.
He like almost to a point of like giddy, like when we started talking about getting Jason involved, and he was just I think I told you this. He goes, dude, don't tell him I'm a fan. don't, because I'm like, but you're like the 13-year-old girl at a Beatles concert.
He was the White Ranger fan. That's why when he called, I'm like, dude, let's do a Green Ranger. He's like, no, White Ranger.
Yeah.
He did White Ranger.
So he was just like, dude, I gotta be cool. I gotta be really cool. And it's Jason. I don't want him to think I'm like just a ridiculously big fan. I'm like, but you are, so be one. And he got to do, and from what we did, we reached out, we said, hey, this is what we've been able to do. We'd love for you to be a part of it. And Jason was like, fan films, let me look into it. And then he saw what we could do, and then he graciously agreed. And we had a blast. And you guys all saw it, and I hope you liked them.
Yeah.
That was good. I mean, when
Crickets.
Aaron reached out and he wanted to do the Power Ranger stuff, I pretty much agreed before I saw the stuff. And just because you guys are good people, and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely help you out. Then I saw the stuff and it just like confirmed everything up. I was like, man, I just want to help you guys out. And they changed the way of like the White Ranger. I mean, I'll get recognized now saying, hey, I saw you beat Scorpion, you know, versus all the other stuff. Like I'll be at a restaurant, like I saw the White Ranger versus Scorpion, and everything out there is be rebranded to the Superpower Beatdown, which is good to actually have them think of that. You know what I mean? So it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So first of all, I wanted to tell you that just like everybody else here, I loved watching Power Rangers when I was a kid. I still remember going to see the Power Rangers movie with my friends in France. I grew up in France, and Power Rangers was huge there, just as it was in the US, and real famous, everybody loved it. So anyways, it brings me to my question. I asked you the exact same question a year ago. I think I'm year with an update, so it's up to CM Punk.
Oh God, it's so funny, man. Like it's funny because when I keep things alive with that, I just get nothing but social media attack on my page. Like, leave them alone, you're bullying them, and it's like, dude, you can't bully a guy in the UFC. I knew this from day one. That's why I kept calling him out. He ain't gonna fight. I guarantee he's not gonna fight. And I'm just saying that once his fight was confirmed, I know he's hurt. I'm not saying he's not hurt. It's just if you're getting hurt that much, don't fight. You get no fights and you already hurt a lot. Training is very hard. So again, I've just never seen anyone sign such a UFC deal where it's going to be coming up for 2 years, and you're in a video game and you haven't fought. And it's just I wouldn't want that just because I want people to respect me. I always start from the ground up. Like I wouldn't want to enter this whole professional mixed martial arts and have no record 0-0-0, but yet be in a video game with some of the top people. And then not having fights, I just want to feel right about myself. But you know, and get paid a lot of money, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where, you know, I don't believe, maybe I believe it was a publicity stunt, or I kind of want to fight, but it's a lot harder than that. Because Michael Bisping posted that he had smoker fights. He had like 16 smoker fights that come into the gym. Smoker fights are decent people, but they're going to test you out. He lost 15 out of the 16. So when I reposted what Michael Bisping said, which is fighting tonight, Anderson Silva, it was like everyone was attacking me. I'm like, attack Michael. He's the one that said it, not me. Go attack the UFC guy. You know, so it becomes a sensitive subject, unfortunately, on my page, which is not like everyone's like, you're so desperate, man. You're desperate for the fight. I was like, I just wanted to fight. Joe Silva wanted to fight everybody at the UFC, but I just got told no by CM Punk. And then once he confirmed that fight, and that kid said I get to beat up a superstar, and he's hurt. I just think people are looking for like a respectful opponent. You're not going to get a respectful opponent. Everyone's going to want to rip my head off, and everyone's going to, you know, you can't get a respectful opponent and shit. There are out there, but once that started happening, I saw this whole thing. You know, we'll see. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'd buy a ticket. I want to see him fight Gil or whoever he agreed to. I'd be the first one to watch. Ringside.
Yeah,
This is kind of a selfish question, but this is my best friend's birthday weekend, and she's been a huge fan. Can you just wish her happy birthday?
What was your name?
Molly.
Molly, happy birthday, Molly. Happy birthday, Molly.
First off, I mean, probably like everybody else in this room, we all kind of grew up watching you, some of the younger generations probably haven't grown up watching. Our growing up watching.
They're being made forced.
Yeah, right? It's like people our age, you know, we watch you on TV, and kind of all grew up together, if you will. So I don't know, my biggest question for you would be, what was your two-part? What was your favorite season to tape from Power Rangers? And what was your favorite season to kind of watch after it was all done?
I think the favorite season to film was the original Mighty Morphin. Never got a chance to watch the stuff because I was in it, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like hard to I wanted to watch to see how it all made sense. 'Cause shooting out of order and stuff like that was a little crazy and chaotic. So I started watching and I was like, learned a lot of camera cheats, camera angles, and all that stuff. But the ones that I enjoyed watching, of course, how I was, but I was a doctor, and, you know, Dr. Oliver, and it was cool because kids would come up at that time and be like, hey, Dr. O, and no one knew, like, in the store or anything. I was like, yeah, and there are people are like, yeah, I think that guy's a doctor. They didn't know who I was or what, so the kids would come to Dr. O. He's a doctor. I am. Played one on TV before. So, but yeah, it was just to see the Dino Thunder evolve and stuff, and then Super Mega Force, just to see it all. A little disappointed at the footage and the way the storyline was. But you can't cram it all in a half hour. You need, like, they should have done like 4 episodes out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least. So, real quick, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Talk about the difference between real Kung Fu versus television Kung Fu. And, like, how you had to adjust your style for camera with angles and making sure things like that, stuff like that.
The filming industry of any movie, it's almost like you got to go backwards. If you're a fighter, you're trained to throw like straight punches, and keeping everything nice and tight like you should when you train. Instead of like dipping his shoulder and getting hit in the jaw. So everything's like trained right down the pipe, but it doesn't look good for television. If you got a camera behind someone and you're punching like this, the camera really won't pick it up. But that's why we're trained to even swing wider, almost do everything to exaggerate in fighting. So when I went to Power Rangers, it was the first thing where like I throw a punch, my hands up, and I'd be like throw straight punches like that. But I'd have to be like, throw hook punches, and I was like, are you kidding me, man? This is like everything I learned opposite from what I was supposed to do. This is gonna make me get beat up. So I just went out there, was hitting stuntmen, stuntman's like, hey man, this is Hollywood, and I'm like, okay, I was like, man, I was really getting attacked by putties, this is Jackson Putties. So I had to learn the Hollywood aspect of it, with camera angles and wider punches and everything to look bigger and broader and circular than it is in like real life. So circular movements of like even a slap. I am at the camera's behind you better than like that. You know?
That totally went the wrong way too.
So everything looks bigger and broader.
Yeah, and you know what, you learn by doing it. That's kind of what we did when we were doing our videos. Like, we started off with, you know, just camcorders and VHSs, and like, this doesn't look as cool as slow motion. And you'll really see a difference between like when you're looking at an octagon versus something you see in Hollywood. So pay attention, you'll notice it.
So you've been in front of the camera, but would you ever either write or direct an episode or season of Power Rangers?
I love directing. I love camera work. I love camera work, like angles and stuff. The only thing I would be concerned about being a DP is being corrected by a director and saying that's not the shot I want. So yeah, I love the camera work. I mean, even on My Morphin Live, it's a very small crew. I set everything up with angles and just put together stuff. If I had time to do it, I would. I'm encouraged I got a film that I'm writing now. Michael J. White, I talked to him, he's like, you just need to write it, man. You just need to write it, you know? And I was like, yeah, I need someone to write it. He's like, you just need to write it. So it's about an autistic kid that becomes like a local karate champion. And it's like an inspiring little movie thing. And I had people look at it, like, you know, Kyle Higgins, who wrote the comic book, he's a friend of mine. I sent him a story, taking a look. It's just, you know, and you got this guy back here about to kill me. You know, it's like, hey, but he's being nice. He's nice about it. I'm gonna get like a little bit nice. But yeah, I'd love to. And you know, the directing aspect of it, I'd love to be behind the camera, not necessarily in front of the camera. So if I had to choose between being an actor, if I had to choose between being a director, a cameraman, or an actor, I would want to run the camera, but I would just be afraid to be overridden on shots. You know, if I could do the shots, so it would probably be a combination of directing and
What was the weirdest thing you've ever had to sign for a film?
Guy's boob.
For those of you that didn't hear the question, what was the weirdest thing you've ever had to sign? And the answer was...
Spencer's boob. A guy. He's like, sign my boob! I'm like, okay. It was kind of hard because it's hairy. And I've signed babies before, pregnant stomachs, and stuff like that. I've signed a few real babies with permanent markers. That's not true. I didn't sign. She's like, oh my god. I signed a pregnant belly. That was kind of cool. I signed, like, when I see someone pregnant, or I'll write a note to the baby. Like, I don't know the name, but I'm like, to the baby. You know, this and that. You know. And then when the baby grows up, and they can be like, hey, I met you. And I'm like, kind of met you, but it was more like this.
Mike Love, all the way to the back.
Jason, do you still keep in contact with any of your cast members from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Yeah, we have I talk to Dave Yost almost all the time. Talk to Johnny Bosch all the time. Me and Johnny are working on stuff. Amy here and there. The other guys, Walter. I see him stay in contact with them. There was a lot of us that dropped off for a while, so we're always crisscrossing paths. Like they're over here and I'm over here, and you know, one day we'll all be able to get back together. It's just when I think of the original, Twee's not here, you know, and it's like for me as an actor, it's like I just feel there's no original to come back. Like she's gone, you know. So when people say, "Hey, original cast members," I just miss her. And it's like to the point where we're not complete, so you can't say an original cast. That's just how I think. You know what I mean? Without forgetting her and bringing in another Yellow Ranger and saying original cast, I won't do that. If I can't, if it's original cast and someone replaces her, I don't want to replace her. I want her to be remembered for as original cast.
All the way to the back, Batman.
I heard that you came out with your own like Christian themed clothing line, Jesus Didn't Tap. Can you tell us what inspired that?
Yeah, Jesus Didn't Tap is a clothing line I've had for 7 years. We represent a lot of people in the UFC. I stepped behind the name. I didn't want, you know, I just wanted to have that shine. I didn't want to be like a JDF brand or anything like that. So we represent a lot of UFC fighters and all that stuff. And once I came out with it, everybody, you know, you mention Jesus, everyone freaks out. But yet everyone can say, you know, Jesus this, Jesus that, in a bad way, no one freaks out. But when you mention it in a good way, everyone freezes, you know, so it must have got some kind of power. And, you know, with the Jesus Didn't Tap, every fighter prays, oh, please, I hope I don't get my butt kicked. Please, Lord, you know, and they pray. So I just wanted to come up with something Jesus Didn't Tap. And first Christian clothing line in the mixed martial arts world. And it was very hard and struggle to get it going. You know, I was on a fight mat in the beginning, and it was pulled off by the Army. And I was like, okay, cool, you guys pulling off Jesus Didn't Tap. My shirt is One Nation Under God. That was my shirt. That was the best-selling shirt at that time. And, you know, it was just hard to kind of get it on there. And once it started getting out there, and it was like, yeah, it's okay, you know, it's okay. And then it had a thing of like, hey, that's funny, Jesus Didn't Tap, and this and that. So it had all this controversy. And I just let people talk and battle about it. I don't push religion on anyone. It's a relationship. So I just know one thing, I'm blessed. And if you look at me and say, hey, that guy said he's blessed, there's something going on, right? It's the magic of the relationships I have. I'm just telling you, that's what it is. It's your own beliefs, whatever you want to believe in. But I'm a strong man in my faith because I know I'm blessed. I know my mom can get better if she's sick, and I just, you know, keep praying and keep hoping for the best. That's just how I live my life, you know?
I'm still